What's up, everybody? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from TurboTech here in Chesterfield, Michigan, where we're actually going to do a couple of ball reviews. I'm a little behind on ball reviews. I was in Reno for that whole month, and a whole lot of other stuff going on. If you've paid attention to my Facebook page, you know I've got some really big projects coming that are going to help all kinds of bowlers. But I've been a little bit lackadaisical with reviews, so we've got to get caught up on some. There's a few that we have here today. The first one being that dark side, the DV8 dark side. This has been one of those balls that, for the Players' Championship and the Masters and stuff like that, this ball was really key for me. The lower differential was very good at keeping the ball smoother. I did change the surface of this. It does come a little bit shiny. This one I actually have a little bit duller now. But I did that typical layout on this, was the 45 by 4.5 by 45. Did that on this ball. So you can see the difference between this and everything I've done in the past. So we're going to take it out here. They put out a typical house shot or Turbo's version of their house shot out here. We'll see what it looks like, and we'll see what this ball looks like here in a minute. So stay tuned.
They say bowling is a dying sport.
A dying sport.
I disagree. I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
BowlerX.com for the love of bowling.
All right, here we go. Not even loose yet, but I want you to see the bad shots because I want you to see what this ball does. So, like I said, touch the surface on this. It's got like a 2000 grit, left it a little bit duller. Nothing crazy, but we'll try and start it a little bit straighter. We'll move our way left as we get loose. Oh, goodness gracious. Told you, not loose. We're trying to get it in today. Not doing a whole lot of bowling myself anymore. Just basically doing ball reviews and doing some teaching, coaching, and all that, but not much of anything else. Let's try this again. See, I'm not really lining up because I'm just throwing shots, just trying to get loose. We can see how the ball reacts. You can definitely see how smooth this is. Doesn't do anything crazy. Doesn't flare a bunch. 4.5-inch pin, still fairly strong pin. Still flares, but nothing. How much can you see that? You can't because it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's blurry. Here, you can see it on this one though. There we go. It's not a ton of flare, but still flares pretty good. All right, let me see if I can get my feet lined up, and I'm gonna fall on my face. Ugh. Wow, I feel like I'm standing so far left. Bear with me, folks. I mean, this is actually probably gonna be good for you because now you get to see a hack throw on the ball. Not when I was sharp throwing it where I wanted to, how I wanted to, making them all look good. You'll really be able to tell if a ball stinks or not right now, because I'm going to throw it all over the place, and we're not going to know what it's going to do. So let's try again. Now moving left. Okay, not bad. So now it's finally getting down the lane a little bit better, a little bit cleaner once you get into the volume. I'm gonna guess this is probably like 42 feet. They didn't tell me what their house shot is, but feels like about 42 feet. Let me try and throw that shot again. Yeah, so this is where you kind of, with these types of bowling balls, if you have a higher friction center, these types of balls are really good because it's lower differential. They're not going to flare as much. Kind of keep it in line a little bit better. They're still going to, like if it's a high friction place, it's still going to hook a bunch down lane for you. So these balls come into play a lot. If you're in a higher volume place, unless you're playing straighter, these types of balls generally aren't that good for you. So it really requires you to slow down, make the ball curve a little bit more. All right, here we go. go. 5 more left. There we go. Yeah, see, and so it's just a little bit delayed, a little too smooth, a little too round for stuff like that. Now, when the lanes are flat, when the lanes are really tough, that's fine. We can get away with that. I'm good with that. But when they're easy, you want a little bit more bang, a little bit more strength. This will be like that middle range ball, bowl game 1, and then when you need something that's a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner, this ball will be good for you. Good transition type of ball. Now it's 5 more left again, and you can see as I'm going left, I'm kind of slowing down. It's just to get the ball to read before it gets, at least try to get it to read before it gets to the friction down lane. So that's always, the idea is to get the ball to read before the end of the pattern, so we can control what the ball does and not just not just depend on the friction at the end of the pattern. Because that's what happens when you depend on the friction at the end of the pattern. It waits till it gets to the back of the pattern, and then it goes sideways. And if you're not hitting that same little spot down lane every time, you're in trouble. Now, even on house shots, it can get like that if you're not careful. This ball looks good. I mean, I love this ball, the way this ball shapes. This is the ideal type of bowling ball for me, even though it's not striking for me right now, but it's just the way it is. Now you see as I move left, it just flows through there. I mean, I could probably throw it harder. I'll throw one a little bit harder so you can see what happens when I amp the speed up just a little bit. Probably don't need to be throwing it that slow, but making the ball shape is still kind of key. Although we're not really exactly trying to get lined up. We're just throwing shots around the lane like we always do. If it strikes, it strikes. Try to amp this one up just a little bit more. See, so that's where my issue is. So that's what I'm talking about. You start throwing a little bit faster, you can't get it to quite read enough, which is really the reason why this ball had a little bit of surface put on it, is because when it was shiny, it was a little too quick down lane. So you might like that. You might like something like that when it's out of box. For me, I wanted to smooth it out a little bit, so I hit it with surface, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. So very good for, like I was using it in this part of the lane, where I was trying to be a little bit straighter, a little bit more firm and direct. But obviously throwing it further right than that. Not very sharp, not a very good bowler right now. That's okay. I like that I don't have to be a good bowler anymore. I like that I can just look at bowling balls, see what they do, and tell you what they do as a not so good bowler. That's kind of closer to what I was talking about, where it's just nice and smooth and straighter there. All right, y'all, there you go. So that was the DV8, what in the world was that thing? The dark side. Welcome to the dark side. I actually really like that ball. I mean, I don't know about the rest of y'all. I know I'm throwing it all over the place, but that's probably a good thing. So you guys get a chance to really see what the ball does or what the ball's capable of doing, not just watching somebody throw it like a robot over and over again in the same spots and be able to manipulate as much as they want. You kind of want to be able to see the ball do different things and not strike every time, right? That's really the key as to why we do the reviews like this. And I think why the reviews will be even better now, because now my focus is not going to be on practice and being a better bowler for myself. Now my focus is on doing ball reviews and making all the other bowlers better. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be cool. So if you want one of these, head over, get your DV8 Dark Side over at BowlerX.com. I'm going to put a link in the description down here. But other than that, I'm getting out of here. Got to move on and do a couple more reviews for you. So until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.